Have you ever wondered why some women start to feel distant from their husbands as they grow older? After decades together, the passionate love that once burned brightly can slowly fade away. So, what really happens in a long-term marriage? Today, we're going to uncover the reasons behind this emotional shift, and more importantly, what can be done to prevent it before it's too late. If you're a husband, a wife, or simply curious about the dynamics of love in later life, stay with us, because this might just change the way you see marriage forever. Over the years, many women have unknowingly taken on the role of emotional caregivers in their households. They're the ones who remember birthdays, plan family events, schedule doctor appointments, and make sure the household runs smoothly. But over time, they start to feel exhausted. The harsh reality is that most men don't even realize this. They see it all as just a natural part of marriage, without truly understanding the weight their partner is carrying. Eventually, women start to feel like they're the only ones trying to keep the relationship alive, while their husbands are just in it, not really involved. In the early years of marriage, communication feels so alive. Conversations are filled with curiosity. How was your day? What are you thinking about? Tell me your dreams. But as time goes on, those warm and thoughtful conversations slowly fade. Many husbands stop engaging in meaningful dialogue with their wives. Dialogue turns into nothing more than a boring routine or disappears altogether. Yet for a woman, emotional intimacy is just as important as physical closeness. Without deep communication, she starts to feel unseen, unheard, and no longer valued. One of the most common complaints in long-term marriages is the imbalance in household responsibilities. Even though the world keeps evolving and gender roles are becoming more equal, the reality often remains the same. Many women still carry the bulk of household duties, even after retirement as they grow older. Fatigue starts to build up. The little things that once seemed insignificant, dirty dishes in the sink, clothes left lying around, or chores that keep piling up, can gradually become a deep source of frustration. A woman may start to wonder, why am I the one who has to do everything? That exhaustion can slowly turn into resentment, quietly eating away at how she feels about her husband. As women grow older, many feel a strong desire for personal growth. They want to travel, try new things, expand their horizons, and stay engaged with the world around them. But when their husbands remain stagnant, unwilling to learn, grow, or adapt to change, they begin to feel stuck in a dull marriage. When a woman feels like she's evolving while her partner stays the same, the emotional gap between them starts to widen. Over time, they no longer feel like a supportive couple, but rather two individuals living separate lives under the same roof. In marriage, it's not just about physical closeness, but also about feeling emotionally connected. Unfortunately, over time, many couples lose that spark. Daily routines, exhaustion, and various responsibilities can make the relationship feel dull and distant. For a woman, this loss of intimacy can be a sign that love is starting to fade. If she no longer feels desired or no longer looks at her husband with the same admiration as before, her heart may slowly begin to drift away. The loss of intimacy doesn't just create distance in the relationship, it can also change the way a woman sees her husband, from someone she once deeply loved to someone who now feels like a stranger. Many people see retirement as the golden chapter of life, a time to relax, enjoy each other's company, and live free from the pressures of work. But for many retired couples, it actually becomes a new source of tension in their marriage. Why? Because suddenly, they're spending nearly all their time together. Many men struggle to adjust to this shift. Without a job to structure their days, they can feel lost or without purpose. Meanwhile, their wives often face unexpected new burdens. In many marriages, without even realizing it, the wife suddenly becomes the husband's full-time entertainment committee. She's expected to fill his free time, take care of him, and be his constant companion in everything. This can feel incredibly overwhelming, especially for women who've already spent their entire lives managing the household and family responsibilities. Instead of enjoying the freedom they've long looked forward to, women may feel even more trapped if their husbands lack hobbies, friendships, or independent interests. Marriage can start to feel suffocating. The resentment that grows from this situation often quietly eats away at the love they once felt, until all that remains is boredom and emotional fatigue. As people get older, their perspective on life begins to change. They start losing friends, attending more funerals, and realizing that time is the most valuable thing they have. This awareness leads many women to reevaluate their marriages. They begin to ask themselves the hard questions. Am I happy? Do I feel loved? Is this how I want to spend the rest of my life? If the answers aren't satisfying, they may start to withdraw, not out of anger, but as a way of saving themselves. Many women reach a point where they no longer want to argue, nag, or beg for attention. They just want to focus on their own well-being. And if their husbands aren't willing to meet them halfway, they begin to quietly detach, emotionally, and in some cases, physically. Some women, after decades of marriage, stop trying, not because they no longer care, but because they've realized they deserve more than just existing in someone else's life. When we reach the later years of a marriage, what matters most isn't grand romantic gestures, but presence, understanding, and respect. When a woman begins to feel distant from her husband, it rarely means she suddenly stopped loving him. More often, it's because she no longer feels appreciated, or because she can no longer appreciate him the way she once did. Love in marriage doesn't vanish in one dramatic moment. It fades in the small things that go unnoticed. In the moments when a woman feels unheard, in the years when she carries the emotional weight alone, in the times she needs support but finds only silence. It doesn't have to be this way. Losing love is a choice, and if love can fade, it can also be revived. If you're a husband, ask yourself, when was the last time I truly listened to my wife? When did I last show her appreciation, not just as a partner, but as a person? And if you're a wife who feels disconnected from your partner, ask yourself if there's still space to rebuild that connection. Marriage isn't just about growing old together. It's about continuously choosing each other. Even as time changes many things, keep striving to make your partner feel seen, valued, and loved. If there's one thing to take away from this, let it be this. Love doesn't fade with age. It fades when we stop nurturing it. If you want your relationship to stay alive as you grow older, it's never too late to begin again. Choose love, choose understanding, and most importantly, choose each other. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself and your family, because relationships are life's greatest treasure.